Hello everyone. Today our topic is what are all the different ways to view raw JSON text in PySpark. So in Databricks, you can display a JSON file's content either as a raw text for quick inspection or as a structured table for data analysis. So first we'll see what are the different types of JSON file formats. So one is single line JSON format, single line list JSON format, multi-line JSON, and single line nested JSON, and multi-line nested JSON. So we'll see the content of this video, what are the topics we are going to discuss in this video. One is by using %fs method and dbatels.fs.head method by using max bytes, and how to parse raw head content to Python object. Next, by using spark.read.format dot inside that text and using SQL temp view. So for each method, we'll try to see all these types of formats, how to view by using each and every method. So first one is how to view raw JSON text by using magic command, that is %fs head method. So %fs head method, what it does is it shows raw JSON text and it is useful for quick inspection. So whenever you want to see what kind of data inside, that means mainly column and data, how it looks and what are the data types is there, so that quick uh, viewing of data we can do by using this magic command. So run this in a cell to display the first few bytes of the file directly. So the syntax is like %fs head, and later we need to write the path of the JSON file. So this is the syntax. And in this, by using this %fs head, so here we are trying to view different JSON methods. What I told initially, these different types of JSON methods. So all these JSON files we'll see how to view by using this magic command. So %fs head, and here I'm writing the path to mainly to see single line JSON and single line list JSON, multi-line, single line nested, and multi-line nested JSON. So first we'll see about single line JSON. So here what I'm doing, %fs head, and in single quotation, I'm giving the path of the JSON. So this is single line JSON. So first we'll see how it looks single line JSON. So it is under the path JSON read JSON single line. So this is my path, PySpark training JSON read underscore JSON, and under single line folder. So this is the file we are going to view now. And if you see what is the single line JSON means, so each JSON object, it will be in one line. See, at the starting and ending, we have flower bracket, and inside that we have key value pair. So from the starting to ending, we'll call as one JSON object. And for next JSON, it will start with next line. So starting with flower bracket and ending with flower bracket. And for single line JSON, we will not be having any commas between each and every JSON object. Just a simple line, starting and ending flower bracket in one line, and in next line, next JSON object will be there, and so on. So here I have total, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4, and this is 5, and this is 6, and this is 7. So total I have 7 JSON objects I have in this single line JSON. So now if I use this method, we'll see how it looks. See how we are seeing in JSON file. So similar way we are saying here. So from here to here, this is first JSON object. See, starting and ending floor bracket, and inside that we have key value pair. So this is first JSON object, and this is second JSON object, and this is third JSON object, and here this is fourth, and so on. Okay, so this is about viewing single line JSON by using magic command. And same thing we'll see for single line list JSON. So %fs head and in single quote I am providing my JSON path here. So JSON path is like under single line list folder, I have single line list.json. So here I will go here, single line list, and here this is the JSON we are going to view here. See, earlier in single line JSON, as soon as you open it, the entire JSON is opened. But here, as soon as you open, see here array mark is there, expansion, and you can see starting and ending with array, you can say list. So whatever we are telling here is single line list. So list means this one. So and here it telling 10 items. So how we can view here is just expand this one. And if you expand this, see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So inside list, we have 10 JSON objects. So this is my first JSON object. And inside this JSON object, I have 7 items. So here, this is one JSON object, this is one JSON object, and so on. If I expand first JSON object, see here, initial here is shown 7 items, right? So here, this is one line, 2 line, and this is third one, and this is fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So inside my this JSON object, I have 7 items. So this is key value pair. And if I expand second object, so we'll be having same number of lines. So 7 items. So keys names will be same and values may differ. I will minimize this one. And if you expand each and every object, you can see what is inside there. If I expand this one, this. So you can expand all at a time also. So total I have inside my list, I have total 10 JSON objects. So now we'll see here how it views here. So here, if you see, we have starting list is. So starting and ending, we have list, and inside that we have 10 JSON objects. So this is one first one, and this is second one, and this is third one, and this is fourth one, and this is fifth one, and this is sixth, and this is seventh, and this is eighth, and this is ninth, and this is 10th. So inside list, we have 10 JSON objects. So that's what we'll call as this one is single line list JSON. So next we'll go for multi-line JSON. So %fs head, and within single quote, I'm giving the path for multi-line JSON. So if I go here, if I go to my multi-line folder, and if I open my multi-line JSON, so here also, since we have list, so initially it shows like this. So that means inside this list, we have 7 JSON objects we have. So if I expand this one, see here we have total 7 JSON objects. So JSON object means it will start and ending with this flower bracket. So again, inside this each JSON object, we have 10 items. So if I expand this one, see here, we have 10 key value pairs are there. And each and every JSON object, we have 10 key value pairs. So you can check each and every one. Okay, so now this is about multi-line JSON. So now the same thing. So if I try to read this one uh, here, see here. So in same fashion, it will read. So starting and ending as list. See here, starting and ending as we have list. This one array. You can say array. JSON. This entire thing we can say as JSON array. So starting and ending with square bracket, and inside this flower to flower, this is one JSON object. So here we have total 7. But whenever you see here in Databricks, whether you open multi-line JSON or single line list JSON, it will open like this, starting and ending list, and inside that JSON objects. But if you open the real uh, JSON file, multi-line JSON, it looks like this. That means inside each object, each key value pair, it's separated by each and every line. But if you see in single line list JSON, since it is single line JSON, so each object is one line. So each object will be in line. But whenever you see JSON file, but actually it will be like this. But whenever you open from catalog here, if you open this, it looks like it display like this in catalog. But if you see actual JSON file, it will be like this only. So here and here a difference is, so inside a list, this is JSON object, it is in single line. So that's why you're calling as this one as single line list. And why we're calling here multi-line is each JSON object, it is segregated into number of rows, number of lines. So that means each key value pair is spreaded into each line. So that's why we're calling as this is multi-line JSON. Okay, so next, single line nested JSON. So first we'll see what is single line nested JSON. So if I go here, single line nested JSON, see here. So if you see single line means each object, each JSON object will be in single line. So that is first single line meaning. See here, up to here, this is one single line. And up to here, this is one single line, and so on. So total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 JSONs we have in this single line nested. But why we are calling nested is, so single line means each JSON object in one line. So that is single line. And we have name like nested JSON. So why it is calling nested JSON is, under each JSON object, we have one more JSON object. So if you see here, this is key value pair. So up to here, for each key, we have value, that is single value. But whenever you come to this particular key, that is address, we have for this particular key of address, the value is again one JSON. So inside object, we have one more object. So that's why we're calling as single line nested JSON. So again, under this object, we have again key value pairs. And same way, if you see here also, so up to here, we have key value pair and value is a single value. But if you come to address key, the value is object again. And here also for address, the value is object again. And similar way here also for address, value is object. And here also object, and here also object. So for each object, we have one more object inside that. So that's why we're calling as single line nested JSON. So now if you come and see here, %fs head, and this is the path for single line nested JSON. And if you see here from this flower bracket to here, this is one object, that is first one, and this is second one, this is third, and this is fourth, and this is fifth, and this is sixth, and this is seventh. So total seven JSON objects we have, and each JSON object we have one more object. So that is single line nested JSON. So next we'll come to multi-line nested JSON. So here I'm using %fs head, and within single quote I'm passing my multi-line nested JSON path. So if I come here under multi-line nested folder, I have multi-line complex nested, this one. So multi-line nested. So here square bracket, and inside that I have 7 JSON objects. If I expand, see here I have 7 JSON objects, and each JSON object I have again 5 items. So each JSON object, so total 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5. So again for fifth one, so here it telling that again 4 items is there. And if you see here, this particular key, the value is again object. This object has again 4 items. If I expand this one, see here, I have again 4 key value pairs. So this is my first multi-line JSON. That means first JSON object. And if I expand second one, so here again 5 items. So these are all 4 key value pair. This is fifth one. And for fifth key, my value is object. So that object has 4 items. So if I expand this one, so this is 4 key value pair. And same way, if you expand each and every one, so each and every one will be having same structure will be there. So again, why we are calling this multi-line nested JSON is, if you see earlier case, single line nested JSON, if you see that this entire JSON, this entire thing, it is under single line. But here, each and every key value, it is in each line. Okay, and so this is first level object, JSON object, and inside that we have one more object. So that's why we're calling as multi-line nested. So this is called multi-line, and inside that we have this one more object. So that's why we're calling nested. So multi-line nested JSON. So we will get similar way here. See, up from here to here one multi-line JSON. So these are all the key value, first 4 key values in each line, and fifth one address. So this is the key, and for this key, this is the value. Again, this is one JSON object, and even this JSON object, it is separated by individual lines. So that's about multi-line nested JSON. So in first thing, in first method, we view the JSON text by using magic command, that is %fs head method. So now our second method is by using dbatls method. So here this method allows you to specify exactly how many bytes to read and return the content as string type. So the syntax is dbatls.fs.head, and inside that we need to pass path, comma, maximum bytes. If you see in magic command, simply we are writing like %fs head. But by using dbatls method, we have to write like this: dbatls.fs.head, and inside that we need to mention the path. So additionally, what we are giving the maximum bytes here. So now the final syntax, how it looks. So print. So this is same up to here, dbutils fs dot head, and here my path is this one. So whatever in double quote, that is my path. And 1050, that is my maximum bytes. So this will see what is this maximum bytes. So now syntax, we saw this one. This is the syntax. So in this second argument, max bytes means the maximum number of bytes to read from the start of the file. That means from starting of the file, how many bytes it has to read. So suppose if I want to read only first 5000 bytes of the file, then I need to mention here 5000 this place and display that portion. So only that first 5000 bytes of portion only it displays. Suppose if you assume that if your JSON file has 8000 bytes of data, and if you mention only 5000 bytes, it will show only first 5000 bytes, and remaining 3000 bytes, it won't show, it skip. So that means not the entire file. So what happens if bytes are less than JSON length? So you will see truncated JSON. So truncated JSON means, so if you have 8000 bytes and if you mention only 5000, so first 5000 bytes it will show and remaining it will get truncated. So like it may look like incomplete or broken. So first we'll see single line JSON, how it looks. So db_utils.fs.head, and inside that I'm passing the path here, and we already saw this single line JSON, how it looks. And here I'm giving maximum bytes as 1050. So this whole thing I defined to one variable and I'm printing that variable. So that is this one from here to here. And after that, I'm trying to print the data type of this particular JSON. So after reading through this method, and if you see the data type, it is string type. And since I mentioned 1050, so it can able to read the entire file. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So all 7 JSON objects it can able to read. And if you count from this starting floor bracket to this ending floor bracket, so the number of characters are within 1050. So that is the reason it's showing the full JSON. So next what I will do, same syntax, instead of 1050, what I'm giving here, I'm giving 1000 bytes. So the maximum bytes are 1000. So now if you see here, so here initial itself we given information like truncated to first 1000 bytes because I mentioned here 1000. So the same thing here it is mentioned. So if bytes are less than JSON length, so it will truncate or it look incomplete or broken. So this means, say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is 7. So in seventh one, it stopped in between. So if you compare here to Norway, up to here it coming, after that up to here it came. And whatever this portion is there, it is not printing, it truncated. Okay, so suppose here, if you calculate this number of characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Suppose if I give 13 here, in next window, I'll try to print 1013, then you can see the full window. So if I print now, so I given exactly the number of bytes here. So here's, if you see here, it giving the full result. Okay, so now in next iteration, what I'm doing, instead of 1000, I'm giving 980. If you see 980 in last one, seventh one is stopping here only. Okay, so like this, it will give you truncated or incomplete or broken data. So next, why not read the whole file? Because JSON files can be very large. So reading the entire file into the notebook output can slow down the notebook or flood the output, or it causes UI issues or timeout issues. So Spark or Databricks forces you to specify the limit. So this is the main reason. And the thumb rule for how much should we can use these bytes is, so if file size is small JSON, so suggested bytes are between 1000 to 5000. If it is medium JSON, so then 5000 to 20,000 bytes. So if you want to debugging, so then it is enough to see the full object. So if you want to debug anything, so then it's better to see the full object. For single line JSON, you may need higher value to see the complete line. So next, third method is parse raw head content to Python object. So in this method, what we'll do here, if you need to programmatically inspect the JSON structure from the db_utils.fs.head method, combine it with the Python JSON library. So as of now, what we saw here is just we view the data, whatever inside JSON file. So we just view the data by using this magic comments or db_utils. So now what I'm doing, so we are trying to iterate the data. So first I'm importing JSON. Next, by using same thing, db_utils.fs.head, and here I'm providing the path. So here what we are doing, reading the file content as a string. So as we saw here, after reading by using this method, what we are getting data type is string type. So here we are getting content as string type. Next, that string we are parsing to Python dictionary or list. So string, how we can convert to either dictionary or list is by using JSON.loads method. So for this JSON, I imported here, import JSON. So JSON.loads, and inside that I'm passing this one, raw_JSON. So that means that string I'm passing here. So what is the string here? This entire thing, this entire JSON I'm passing here. And we'll see what we'll get after printing this. So import JSON. So first reading the file content as string. So here I'm trying to print the data type also. So first we are reading by using db_utils.fs.head. First I'm trying to read single line JSON. So first we'll see the single line JSON data type. So data type is string. So as soon as you read by using this method, your output will be string type. And after that, what I'm doing, here I'm using list comprehension. So in list comprehension, what I'm doing, first raw_JSON, so that is string. So that string I'm using here split lines method. So the result, if I, what I'll do, I'll try to print this one. We'll see how it looks. So before that, I will try to add this also. So this one, this result, what I'm doing, raw.json dot split lines. So here, so initially how output comes by using this one, how output comes. So what I'll do, I'll try to print both before and after. So first one is print raw JSON. Next one is print after applying split lines. So if I run now, so both results will come now. So if you see the first result, that is a string, if you see here, so it will read as it is, like how it is in JSON. So 7 JSON objects will get up to here. So what I will do, I will add some text here. So JSON, raw JSON as string. So that is this first output. In second output, what I'm doing, uh, split lines. So now I will rerun this one. So first one is raw JSON. So maybe I will add. So first one is raw JSON as object. That is this one. So here we'll get uh, exactly how our input is 7 JSONs. So this is string. So next, after applying this split lines, how it become is, see here, if I add one more line, see it converted to this one. See here, starting and ending as list, and inside that we are getting continuously. See here, each coming as one string. So starting and ending with single quote, and we are getting continuously. So now I'll try to print data type also. So it will be easy to identify. So type of raw JSON, and similar way for this also. So data type of this whole thing, because I'm not defined to any variable. So I will mention this whole thing. So data type is string. So we know that first data type is string. After applying split lines, the data type is list. So starting and ending is square bracket. So starting and ending is square bracket, that is list. And inside that, each JSON object, it is converted into string. So that means list of elements. So now what we did is we converted from string to list of elements. So inside list, so each one is one element. This is one element, and from here to here it is one element. And why we are converting is, so starting and ending is single quote, right? So that means string type. So each element is string type. So now what we can do is we can iterate each element. So from here to here, one element, this we can iterate. Now from here to here one element, and here to here one element. So each and every element we can iterate now. So that is this one, raw underscore JSON split lines. So this is the main reason behind to use this split lines function. So now for line in. So what it means? First, I'm converting JSON dot loads of line. So here line means what is the line? Each element. So here first it will iterate this one. So that is line here. So from this first line is this one. So now this line, by using JSON dot loads method, we are converting to a list. So if you see here, so up to here we got it, this string type. This is string type. Then the parsed data. So this parsed data is this one. So what I'll write here. So this parsed data. So parsed data means after doing this one, each and every iteration we are getting here. So what it means? So in first iteration, JSON dot loads offline. So that means this object, that means this element in first iteration by using JSON dot loads offline. So that means here this is string type. This is string type, it converting to list type. So it converting to list type. So that is this. Okay. So now it converted from string to dictionary here. So whatever we have here, this string element, we converted to dictionary type by using this JSON dot loads method. And in second iteration, it will take this object, or you can say this element, this string element. Again, through JSON dot loads, it will convert to one more dictionary. So that is up to here, and so on. So each and every uh, element, it will iterate and it will convert to dictionary. So now what we have is list. So list of dictionary. So now this same thing, this is about single line JSON. So single line JSON, it is converted like this. Finally to this is about reading. This is about reading, and after that it converted. So maybe I'll write heading single line JSON. Okay. So here I will write heading like single line JSON. These two belongs to single line. So this is about single line JSON. So here we are just reading and converting. So here we are reading and converting. Then we are iterating here. So next, single line list. So this is about single line list JSON. So here also doing same method. So dbutils dot this one, and the data type is string type, and so raw JSON. Here I just printed data type, then I converted. So here what I can do here is I can print data also, like here. So we can easily compare this one. So raw JSON has a string raw underscore JSON. This is type. And after that, we are using JSON.loads. If I update this one, so first raw JSON as string. So this is my single line list. So starting, if you see starting and ending as list, and each object is one single line object. See here, total 7 objects will be there. So this is original form of single line list. So that is this one up to here. Next, after that, what I'm doing by using JSON.loads, I'm converting this string tag to list. So from here, data type, so raw JSON. So initially, so this is a string, and after converting, it is list. So after applying JSON.loads, what is happening? This string is converting to list type. And if you see here, starting and ending, it is list. And here, each object, it is one line, right? So now it converted to list of elements. So up to here, one element, and from here to here, one element, and from here to here, one element, and here to here, one element, and so on. So total 7 elements. Okay, so now this is about raw JSON data type. So this is raw JSON data type. This is parsed JSON data type. So if I rerun this one, so it will not be confusion, any confusion. So now it is clear. So same thing. Maybe I will write there also. Raw JSON as string. Okay, so this is fine. So next, the same thing, it is for multi-line. So next one is multi-line JSON. So this is about multi-line JSON. So here also I will use same thing. So it will be easy identification. So raw JSON and type, and after that parsed. Okay, so if I run this one, so initially I'm reading this multi-line JSON, so that I'm printing here, and I'm trying to print this data type also. So that is first one, this one, raw JSON as string. So that is this one, and this raw JSON is this one. So multi-line JSON. If you see here, starting and ending will be square bracket, and in between each object is there with starting and ending as flower brackets. So that is multi-line JSON. And if you see the data type at the end, see raw JSON data type is string. So that means whenever you use this method, you will get data type as string. So next, so here parsed data. So I'll write this parsed JSON. Okay, so if I rerun this one, so I will add one more new line. Okay, so what are these multi-line? So this multi-line JSON, this whole multi-line JSON, it converted to a list. See here, it converted to list. So whatever we have, all multi-line, see here, it converted like this. So this is now each object. So this is each object. Like this, it will convert, it is converted. So next is multi-line nested JSON. So, so multi-line, so multi-line nested JSON. So here also I will try to write same print statements. And I'll write here also same print statement. So if I print again now, so first it will display raw multi-line nested JSON here. So raw JSON as string. So that is this one. And raw underscore JSON is this one, multi-line nested JSON. So starting and ending will be square bracket. So ending will be square bracket. And inside each one object will be there. That is this one. And inside object, again, nested object will be there. So this is multi-line nested JSON. And after that, this data type is string. So initially, this is string type. So db_utils_fs head, that is string data type. And that result, this whole thing, I am using JSON.loads method. So now this is past JSON, that is this one. So now it converted to list. So if you see here, first JSON from here to here. So this is initial key value pairs, and inside that we have one more JSON. So nested JSON, and finally it converted to list tag. So this is about second method. So like by using JSON.loads method. So now we'll go for third method by using spark.read.format, and inside that we'll pass this text. So this is like read JSON as data set of strings, and it is cleaner than %fs head method. So this syntax is like spark.read.text, and inside that we are passing the path. And similar way here, the syntax we can write either of this way, like spark.read.text, and inside that we can provide path, or otherwise spark.read.format. So my format is text and dot load, and inside that I can pass my path. So these are the two methods. Either of the way we can write it. So now first I will try to read single line JSON. So here I'm using this second method, spark.read.format as text and dot load, and inside load I'm providing my single line JSON path. And if I try to view this one, earlier is shown different ways, right? So now is showing like in tabular format. So if I expand this one further, okay, so if it is not expanding, what we can do here is, so here, if you see here, this is starting and this one. So what is that? Single line. So this is one object. So each object is showing in one line. Inside our table is showing in one line. So this is second object, and this is third object. Third object is little lengthy, so maybe characters are more. So if you expand it, you can see. Otherwise, you can drag here. If you drag, it will come. It will show in single line. So here total we have total 7 objects. So 7 objects, it's showing in different lines by using tabular method, and by default the column name is value. So this is single line. So next we'll go for single line list. So the syntax is same and only I'm changing the path. And if you see here, column name by default value, since it is single line list, see here starting and ending is list, and inside that each object is showing as each single line. See here, this is one object, and this is second object, this is third object, fourth, fifth, like that. So total we have 10 objects. Okay, so this is how it display the result by using this format text method. And next we'll go for other multi-line JSON. So here also I just change the path, and same way you can see here starting and ending will be square bracket, starting and ending will be square bracket, and each JSON object, it is splitted into individual line. So this is one object, so it's splitted into multiple lines, and second object also it's splitted into multiple lines. Okay, so this is about multi-line. So next we'll go for single line nested JSON. I'm just only changing the path. So we know that single line nested JSON. So single line means each JSON object, it will show in single line. So only thing is inside that. So this one is one more object. So that is nested JSON, single line nested JSON. So total we have 7 objects like this. So next one is multi-line nested JSON. So here I change the path to multi-line nested JSON. And if you see the output, starting and ending will be square bracket. So that is a list. And inside that, each object, so each JSON object, it splitted into multiple lines, and inside first JSON object we have one more object. So that's we'll call as multi-line JSON, multi-line nested JSON. And in second object also, this is second object, and here we have one more nested JSON. So each JSON we have one more nested JSON. So this is about multiple nested JSON. And here what I'm doing, as of now, I shown you separately, like single line JSON separately, single line list JSON separately, and so on. So here what I'm doing, all JSON formats I'm trying to display in single cell. So here I define one variable df underscore text dot single. So single means single line. So up to here it is same, whatever used previous. So here I'm just adding display, and this is for single line list, and this is multi-line JSON. This is multi-line nested JSON, and uh, this is not multi, this is single. So single line nested JSON, this is multi-line nested JSON, and at the end I given display. So if I try to run this one, so all the formats it will display in single output. So here whatever first we are saying, that is single line JSON. So in single line we are getting all 7 objects, and second one is single line nested JSON. So starting and ending array, and inside that we have each JSON object with the nested sorry, this is single line list JSON. So next, this is multi-line JSON. So starting and ending will be square bracket, and these are all each JSON object separated into multiple lines. And this is about single line nested JSON. So in each JSON, we'll be having nested JSON again inside. And total we have 7. So under each 7, we have one more nested JSON. And this is final, this is multi-line nested JSON. And starting and ending will be square bracket. So starting and ending will be square bracket. And each object, it has nested JSON. So from here to here, nested one JSON object, and within that JSON object, we have one more JSON object. So that is multi-line nested JSON. And one more method is display as a structured table data frame. So to view JSON data in tabular format, read it into Spark data frame by using PySpark. So here I already made one video on this, like how to read single JSON files by using this one, spark.read.json, and simply give the path. So this is for single line JSON. So whenever we have multi-line JSON, you just add multi-line as true. So this is much familiar method to show as data frame, like data frame, like columns, data. So that is that kind of format. So for all these methods, what we have discussed, no? Single line list, multi-line list, single line nested, multi-line nested. So all these formats, how to read by using these methods, I already made one video, so you can watch that one. So the final thing is by using SQL method by creating temporary view. So here spark.read.json, and inside JSON I'm passing my path. So here what I'm doing, here I'm trying to show only single line JSON, and same thing applicable for other JSON formats. So here I provided single line JSON path, and as soon as it reads this single line JSON, so immediately I created one temporary view by using create or replace temp view. And for temp view, I given name as JSON underscore table. So after running this line of code, it will create this temporary view. So on top of that, what I'm doing here, I'm using spark.sql method, and inside that I'm passing my SQL query. So select star from this view. So JSON underscore TBL, and on top of that I'm using display method. So dot display. So what will happen? It will show in tabular format. Okay, so whatever I told here, this tabular format, so we'll get like this. So only method is different. So here what we'll do, we'll directly read this file. So like simply like suppose this one, and direct display. So it will show in this tabular format. So like this. So for multi-line, so only need to add is this multi-line equal to true. So that is the only thing we need to do. So here what I will do, I will write df multi, and here I will change the path. So spark.read.option multi-line equal to true. So here I will write multi-line JSON path. So this is the path of multi-line JSON. So this one I will replace here, and If I try to print this one, so multi-line JSON will display in tabular format. Okay, and the same thing, if you try to see multi-line nested JSON, we'll see one thing. So how it looks in tabular format. So this is multi-line nest, and here I will change the path for multi-line nested JSON. So multi-line nested JSON, I will copy this path and I'll try to run here. So if I read this one, so whatever nested JSON is there, so it will come like this. So whatever we have individual key values, so that is this one. So individual key values are this one, and whatever we have nested in that, suppose if you see this one, so here, if you take first object, so here, these four things, it will come as individual columns. And whatever we have this nested one, address, this all together, it coming as struct tag. So that is this one, this address as struct tag. And whatever individual key values are there, that we are getting here. So that's how it will read in by using this text format. So that means spark.read.json method. So total, we have this many methods to view the JSON document. So that's all about this video. So here I try to cover almost all the methods possible. So mainly on these five topics. So mainly on these five different five different JSON formats by using these five different methods. So that's all about this video. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.